4 matches, 2 teams, 2 points, but only 1 Premier League title. Who will be crowned champions? Find out in today's finale. Welcome back to our Road to Glory career mode, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you are all doing well. As I said, today it's the season finale of season number 5, and it could not be bigger. The biggest games in this club's history are upon us. Standing in our way of a Premier League title, we've got Watford to start the day. I'll show you the other games as well, because City have got to play a couple of the same teams as us. We then travel to St Mary's away at Southampton to see if we can get anything from that game before we face off against Villa, and then away at Stamford Bridge to Chelsea. So, yeah, I'd like to think that with a 2-point gap that we currently have, we will get enough points to be able to win this, but goal difference is way ahead for Manchester City, so we can't rely on that if it does come down to it. And I'm just excited to see how this season will end. You know, last year we came into the Premier League, we finished 8th in our debut year. We had the player of the year in Diego Lopez. He left us at the start of this season to go to Real Madrid in that big money move. We used that money to reinvest into the playing squad. Our goal for the season was to try and to get into Europe. We've gone one better than that. We are guaranteed at least Europa League. I'd like to think actually we're guaranteed Champions League as well. 77, so 12 points. Yeah, pretty much guaranteed Champions League as well, so that's very good to see. Of course, we want the title, though. And when we look at the squad that we've got here, it's been an incredible run, really. We have the 3rd highest goal scorer, Solana, with 22 goals this season. We've got the top 2 assist makers, St Maximin and Vargas, both 1st and 2nd. We've got one of the best goalkeepers in the league, Dean Henderson, who's actually kept 1 less clean sheet than Edison, but he's played 8 games less. So, yeah, in terms of that, he's probably a better goalkeeper on stats-wise. And, of course, the captain, Viktor Kovalenko, has been so consistent for us this season that it'd be a shame to not see him lift the Premier League trophy at the end of it. To talk about Lopez a little bit, we will discuss this later on in the video. He might be returning a bit sooner than we first thought. He really hasn't featured for Real Madrid in the Champions League this season, but I'll show you that later on. And we'll discuss potential of him coming back, as I said, later on in the video. Before all that, we've got a job to do. And as you'll see, we have got Watford at home here, but the team is not looking too good in terms of fitness. Solano not quite fully fit. And that goes for a number of our players right here. So I'm not sure what kind of side I'll be able to put together for this first game, but I'll see you for it in just a moment. This is the side that we go with then for this game against Watford. Henderson starts in goal. Augustinson is in at left back. Todibo, still with a slight injury, starts alongside Ayer. Pedrosa on the right. Lacerda, Gravenberch and Kovalenko in midfield. St Maximin, Perez and De La Vega as the front 3. If I show you our substitutes, our fitness is not brilliant, but we'll see how the game goes anyway. Remember as well, we can't even really afford a slip-up, because the likelihood is that City will not themselves. I'll show you the sliders as well before we go into this, as always. Here they are for you on the CPU side, and then ours are all at 50. I will try to keep you up to date with the City game. They are not actually playing on the same day, so no worries on that front for us. But this is a big, big game to start us off. Kovalenko has the run out wide here from St Maximin. That's the ball out towards him. Now Jose Perez just in front. De La Vega's at the back post for the smash in or the tap in. Whichever way around you want to put it, I don't care, because Forest Green are 1-0 in front. And that is a big, big goal for us to get after only 16 minutes. De La Vega finding the feet of Perez, whose hold-up play is really good, and he feeds it again. Back to Pedro De La Vega. St Maximin is the man over on this far side, though, this time. A carbon copy just the other way around to make it 2-0. Here is Kovalenko, who's had a pretty quiet game by all accounts, looking for the ball through to Vargas, who somehow has come out on top of that. How on earth did that work for Vargas? We made a substitute, brought him on for Alan St Maximin, and he set up Jose Perez for number 3. Watford have tried to find a way through this resilient Forest Green defence, to no avail so far in the game. It's just poor defensively, really, from them. I think it's Mendy trying to clear it, and he just hits it straight against Vargas. The ball bounces straight into his path, and he can lay it across to the unmarked Jose Perez. And that is 3-0, and that should be the 3 points, as if it was ever in doubt at 2. But yeah, since we went 2-0 up, we haven't really created too much else. It's been Watford just in possession, and we've defended pretty well, I'd say. And there is the full-time whistle from game number 1. A 3-0 victory. The way we played, though, we were a bit of a one-trick pony. It seemed like that ball across Watford's penalty area was working for us. You've got to take the goals as they come, though, and that is a big win for us to get as well, especially with us having to rest some key players. And now it's a tricky away test to St Mary's to take on Southampton. I'm assuming City will have won, so we'll just take it that they have. Transfer news for you now, as El Ghazi has agreed to join Torino at the expiry of his contract. I didn't give him a new deal because I wasn't sure if I wanted to keep hold of him. We rejected some offers, but he is now going to leave at the end of the season. Probably could have got some money for him, but the bank balance right now is, we have a lot, so it doesn't really matter too much that he's going for free, as we've got a few messages to reply to here from a couple of our boys. We'll get those messages sorted. And City have yet to play their game. Yeah, they have a game in hand, but they're still 5 behind us then. If they lose that, we could well wrap up the league title in the next couple of games. Southampton away, as you know. I'll swap the team back to our full strength 11 for this one. So Vargas comes back in. I don't think De La Vega did badly at all. But I just want to make sure we're giving ourselves the best chance of 3 points here. So Rice back in as well, along with Bardi. And I'm actually going to leave it as Todibo and Aya. That partnership at the back has worked so well for us this season. And it was good to see as well Todibo getting a full 90 minutes in that game to make sure that he's come back from injury okay. Dest still out. So we go with Godfrey at right back. I'll see you for the Southampton team as we get a look at it through the game itself. 5 at the back from Southampton, and Ward-Prowse the captain alongside Mason Mount. You've seen our team. Mason Mount out wide towards this right-hand side. Sims skips past the challenger Pedrosa. Ball inside to Mount. Disastrous start to the game here at St Mary's. Southampton 1, Forest Green Rovers 0. I was actually pretty calm heading into kickoff, even though we're on the verge of a Premier League title. And now I've got to say the calmness has gone a little bit. Through the legs of Dean Henderson. You hate to see that. Out of everything for that goal to go in, not through the legs of our goalkeeper. Oh boy. This is not what I expected. It's why I called it a tricky test away from home. Southampton now looking for number 2 here, as if they find it, we could be in real trouble. Henderson with a big stop. Half time here. It is 1-0 Southampton. Is it time to maybe switch to that 3 at the back formation and try something? Because we're not seeing too much from us in the way of attacking. And if we lose this game, remember, City have the chance, if they win their game in hand, to go back top by a point. Rice up towards Vargas. We have now switched to a 3 at the back formation to see if we find some inspiration from somewhere. The frustrating thing is that City are not playing on the same day, so I don't know their results, as Rice will have possession here. Now to Kovalenko, in towards Vargas, who's taken the touch around the defender. Vargas, big save! It's fallen for Solano, and no offside flag means we're back on level terms here at St Mary's. Get in! Tactical genius. I'm only joking. We got a massive slice of luck there from the goalkeeper making the save. Solano, right place, right time. I thought Kovalenko might have actually played the ball through to Solano instead initially, but he goes to Vargas. It's a really smart effort, actually, from Mateus Vargas, because he knows that if the keeper saves it, he's got to push it back out into the danger area, and that's where Solano's waiting. So, full credit to him. He gets his shot on target, and that's not an easy thing to do from that sort of angle. 23rd of the season for our number 9, but realistically, we need the win here. I highlighted the goal difference for Manchester City. They're massively ahead of us. And even with a draw, if they win both their games, i.e. the game in hand and then, well, the other game in hand they have against us too, they'll be ahead by goal difference. So we really need the win here. Southampton looking for an attack, though, themselves. The ball into the middle as it's headed out by Ayer. Kovalenko will pick this up and try and drive forward. Off towards St. Maximin. Now Solano. Vargas towards his left. And this is good football. Have we got a chance at the end of this? Lovely 1-2. St. Maximin, near post efforts. What a goal. And what a response we have seen since we turned over to the 3-back formation. We look like a different side in this second half. When the pressure's on, we are delivering. St. Maximin, I love that finish. Straight past the goalkeeper. So well crafted as well. Kovalenko through towards Solano. We've got 10 minutes left of this game. What a turn from Solano. That's it. Game, set, match, done. What did the Southampton defender just do there, by the way? Solano made him look silly. I want to show you as well the change that we made because I've left it at the 3 at the back. So this is what we're running with. And I tell you what, I'm kind of liking it. Maybe I'll stay with the 3-back formation. So we've got Ayer, Todibo and Godfrey. And then sort of a midfield 4, Pedrosa, or 5 even. Pedrosa on the left, St. Maximin on the right, Kovalenko, Bardi and Lacerda still has that 3 and then 2 up top. And I'm really liking the way this is playing. In terms of tactics, there you go. Press after possession loss with 5 width, 5 depth, balanced on the offence, a bit more on the width and a lot going forward. So, yeah, if you wanted to have a look, they are the tactics we are running. In terms of instructions, just Lacerda to stay back while attacking. And of course, their already default are the 3 centre-backs. And I'm pretty sure I've got... Actually, no, Kovalenko, get forward. And I think they're the only changes I made. So Lacerda and Kovalenko. 1 to stay back while attack. Kovalenko to get forward. And there you go. So this 3 at the back has paid dividends since we've switched back to it. Or over to it, I should say. Any moment now, the referee will end this game off for St. Maximin. Lovely bit of trickery, but there you go. The turnaround is complete. We get ourselves 3 points. I was nervous when Mason Mount scored the goal, but that little change that we made to the system worked out. We get the 3-1 win. And now it's over to see what City have done. But essentially, 2 games to go. Win them both, and we are champions. It's getting closer. Match facts after the game show that it was a very close match here. 4 shots apiece, just the quality of finishing that gets us over the line. And as we advance through then, Manchester United played, they won by 1-0. I wonder what's happening that City have got 2 games in hand. Are they playing in the Champions League still? That could be the reason why. But as you'll see, there you go. They do still have those 2 games in hand. So we'll advance the days. Wait, if they don't win both, are we champions? No. No, we won't be, because they still could mathematically do it. I've just seen they have won 1 already. Yeah, 95. So 5 points. Are they going to win the second one as we get closer to this Villa game? And this will tell us as soon as it turns over. Yes, they did. It's going right to the wire, this. It's probably going to go to that Chelsea game, isn't it? Away at Stamford Bridge. That's not easy. That really is not easy. Let's have a quick reminder as to who City still have to play. So with Villa here, we should win this game. They are in 11th. Villa play West Brom, who are 2nd from bottom. And then final day, we've got Chelsea, whilst they have Southampton. I think I said Villa, by the way, didn't I, on about Man City? You know what I meant. Anyways, Southampton, who are 15th. I would actually say, even though we have a 2-point gap right now, City might still be favourites because there's no guarantees that we will get the win against Chelsea. Let's not worry about that game just yet because we've got Villa coming up here. We still got a job to do in this game. I'm tempted to go straight with the 3 at the back formation. I might do it, but we'll decide once we get into it. A 4-3-3 for Villa, captained by Hurahan, who's actually retiring at the end of the season. So yeah, we'll go with our 3 at the back. I feel like that's probably our best chance here. Villa come forward on the attack here. The ball back into Douglas Luiz, and he's going to get the shot away. Henderson keeps the save, or makes the save to keep it out even. And the first moment of the game goes the way of the away side. It's not what you want to see, as we now look for a counter-attack of our own. Vargas, a 1-2 with Bardi, trying to create a chance up the other end. Vargas makes the run. There's the pass towards him. Solano waits in the middle. And the sliding challenge from the Villa defender does not quite block it. And Solano scores from one end to the other. We could have been 1-0 down. We're 1-0 in front. Villa pressing forward, trying to find a chance to get themselves back in this game. We really could use a second goal. And that ball through from Vargas towards Solano could be the chance we need. Solano calmly does it. 5-star weak foot, does not matter. Left foot, right foot, he'll score anyway. 2-0. Villa with possession, but that will be the end of the game. We did the job we needed to. A 2-0 win. Solano with both of those goals. And now we know what's left. So, this is it. Into the last game of the season. The gap is still at 2. City with plus 22 goal difference. Yep. We have to win to make sure. What's the likelihood that they drop points against Southampton away at St Mary's? If they do, that would be amazing. I just don't see it. Without further ado, it's time to get ourselves into game against Chelsea. And we'll see what sort of side they put up against us. I mean, I'm half tempted to bump this up to 5-6 minutes just to add to the tension. But equally, you know what? Let's go 5 minutes. Why not? And then we'll see how it goes. No, in fact, let's stay at 4. Let's stay at 4. Just because if I'm losing, I don't want to give myself the opportunity to have more time to come back. But equally, if I'm winning, then I'd have longer to hold on. You know what? Just leave it at 4. Leave it at 4. Makes sense. We've done 4 minutes for every other game. Let's just stay with that. Goal updates. We don't need any goal updates from those 2 games. I'm half tempted as well to turn off goal updates with City and Southampton. Just so I don't know what's happening either. You know what? We're turning off all goal news. So we will not know what is happening elsewhere. Focus on ourselves, on this game. Here we go. Chelsea's team on the screen. Quite surprised, actually. A few players on the bench that I thought would start. Jota for one. Serge Gnabry as well. They've got a decent front 3, though. Neres, Pulisic, and Porteau. I would actually personally put Jota in there ahead of Porteau. Watch him score against us now. We know, essentially, we have to win the game, right? So I can't even sit back and just try and defend and go for a point here. We have to attack ourselves. Player to watch before kickoff, Solano, 5 goals in 3. We really need him to step up today and show up, really, more than anything. Rice up towards Solano. The first touch to get him away from the defender. Now with Vargas on this left-hand side. The ball through. Kovalenko has got the wrong side of the defender. Yes! Victor Kovalenko with a massive goal in the history of Forest Green Rovers. And I apologise to headphone users. If I remember, I'll put a little warning in there. You don't understand how long it has been, this FIFA. I say the same thing in my player career mode, for a league title. A big one anyway. Like a top league. I tried with the Bournemouth save, didn't manage it. We won the Champions League on that, I think. And then I kind of abruptly ended that. The My Player I've tried as well. We're getting close with Barcelona this season. If you've not already seen it, cheeky little plug there. You can check it out on the channel. And now we put ourselves in pole position to take this win. What on earth do we do, though? Do we sit back, defend now, or do we just keep playing the way? Because Chelsea have set up here like a team that are scared. The way they're playing, they're sat behind the ball with men and are just essentially saying, break us down and we'll look to counter. Well, now they're 1-0 down. They need to come up with a new plan. And as I've switched off the goal updates elsewhere, none of that matters now. Jorginho for Chelsea. Now to Zinchenko. Step overs to try and get past Rice. The ball through. And Henderson, I think, got a touch to that from the shot from Neres. It will be a Chelsea corner. Does he actually make the save? I think he did anyway. There's the shot. Yes, he does. The right hand of Dean Henderson. Keep hold of possession, boys. Nothing stupid. Don't allow them away back into this game. Kovalenko, 1-2 is Solano. Oh, that is brilliant. Victor Kovalenko. Has he just sealed it? Chelsea, since the first goal, have gone to a more attacking approach. And a simple 1-2 between our two arguably best players this season. Carves them open at the back. And look at the composure shown by Kovalenko. We're 3 minutes away from half-time. I'm going to make sure I don't look at the scoreline. But if we lose it from this point now, we do not deserve the Premier League title. We are 2-0 up. Away at Stamford Bridge. Just got to remain calm and keep hold of possession. Nothing too silly as St. Maximin's cross into the middle. Solano gets there. He's hit the bar. He's hit the bar for number 3. At this moment in time, our captain is the man who's given us a double here. And here's the reason we're winning the Premier League title as it stands. Time ticking away for Chelsea as that ball over the top is offside. We are minutes away from seeing Kovalenko lift the trophy for Forest Green Rovers. I mean, I'm just going to stay with you because time is not really, there isn't much left. And I just want to savour the moment for a second. We're like, what, 3 months away from FIFA 21? And finally we get our hands on a big league title. Full time, and look at the fans. Yes! What a moment for Kovalenko. These boys deserve every bit of praise that they will get. What a season it's been as well. Man of the match in the end for our captain. Henderson a 7.1. Didn't really have a lot to do in the game. An 8.3 for Solano and Vargas as well. Man, what a season. What a season. And we're in the Champions League next as well. I'm not sure what the awards at the end of the season will say. I want to show you the match facts as well because 2 shots on target, 2 goals. Clinical. We have been so clinical this year. As you'll see, this is why I've stopped doing, I said this before, this is why I stopped doing them. We've just won the Premier League and I'm getting asked about somebody I picked up from the free agents about 10 months ago about his debut. It's just pointless. Like, I now feel like I don't want to talk about the Premier League win. The same thing about Adara. I'm not really bothered, mate. We've just won the Premier League. Now you ask us about it in the third question. So it's the third most important question, is it? Congrats to the boys for making our fans proud. We must prepare for next season. This is only the beginning. I'll just say congrats to the boys for making our fans proud. I'm sure the however many thousands of fans in Nailsworth are going crazy right now. Think of the journey we've been on as well. But 101 Premier League points. Yeah, 1 defeat, 38 games. I don't really know what to say. I'm kind of just rambling at this point. So let's skip a couple of days and have a look at the overall team of the year for the Premier League, and we'll see what it looks like. I'll imagine we'll have quite a few players in there. I hope I haven't skipped too far. Okay, breaking news. Dominant Forest Green seal the Premier League title. I love that. Love it. Team of the competition announced. Where's the player of the year, though? Haven't seen that. Right, team of the year. Edison makes it in goal. I mean, fair enough, but I'd still argue maybe Henderson deserves it. So Edison, Robertson, Aya makes it in from us. Very good to see him in there. Militao, Cancelo, Neres, Kovalenko, of course. Woodburn, St. Maximin. What a signing he's been. Shalov and Solano. Shalov wins the Golden Boot with 34 Premier League goals for Manchester United, which is insane. And the Premier League's Player of the Year is Fedor Shalov. Fair enough. You can't really complain at that, because to have a year like that is rather mental. Solano with 26 in 37. Kovalenko with 18 in 38 from midfield. Anybody else on the list for us in terms of goals? No, but look at the assist charts. Vargas with 14. St. Maximin with 12. Even Vargas, what a signing he's been. 10 for Kovalenko. 10 for Solano. Just naming names at this point. Henderson with 21 clean sheets in 30 games. Compare that to Edison, who got 23 in 38. So maybe Henderson would have beaten him had he have started all the games from the start of the season. But of course, we played more for a couple of games as well, who had 3 clean sheets to his name too. So add that to Henderson, he would have beaten Edison's amount. Kind of annoying, but at the same time, not really too bothered. I'm now going to skip the days a bit more, and we'll take a look at the other leagues and some of the other stuff going on. And I want to discuss around about potentially bringing back Diego Lopez if we have the money to do it. Now, I'm not sure if we will, but if he's not playing at Real Madrid, it seems only right to bring him back somewhere where he will get the game time. But then the question is, where does he play? Because Vargas has shown his quality this year. St. Maximin, Kovalenko. He's not going to run straight back into this team. I do realise and I appreciate the fact that this is going on for a while, this outro. But what can I say? So the FA Cup was won by Manchester City. The Carabao Cup we know was won by us. The Champions League, has the game been played yet? No, 25th. So let's skip a couple more days. And it's actually Barcelona versus Bayern in that final. And it is Bayern Munich 3-2, the final score in the final. Real didn't even make the quarterfinals. They were knocked out by Milan. Yeah. Europa League, we'll have a look at that quickly. And that has been won by Arsenal. I'm really happy to see that, obviously, as an Arsenal fan. And then we'll quickly go through the rest of the leagues. So in terms of Lopez, he made, as I last checked, one Champions League appearance. Was the only appearance he made in the Champions League. PSG win the French League, unsurprisingly, undefeated there as well. Bayern win the Bundesliga, undefeated there as well. Serie A, probably Juve, yep, 103 points for them. And then La Liga. In fact, let's have a look quickly at the Scottish Prem. Celtic has come out on top. So Real did win the title in the end with 106 points. That's, I said this last time, 3 teams over 100 points. What? Mind-blowing. So at least Real did win something with Lopez there. We can't see his the amount of times he played for them in the league, though. We can check out the Champions League. So, yeah, just the one appearance in the Champions League, like I said. And he had an average rating of 6.1. Okay, I'm about to end the season. And for some reason, my manager rating has gone down to 68. I'm not sure what has happened here. Whether or not I've not done something that the board have told me they wanted done. But I just want a Premier League. So now the season has come to an end. They've met to review our performance as a club. While we didn't achieve all our objectives, we believe that overall it was a satisfactory performance. We hope to do even better next year and feel that you are still the right man for the job. Imagine if that had have said they were sacking us after that season. I'd have actually been done with FIFA. I just wouldn't have played ever again. I mean, it's still pretty bizarre that they actually are saying that satisfactory after winning the league. As we move over to office, you see that the budget is £134 million. I'm not sure that's enough to bring Diego back. Let me see his value. We might have to sell a couple of players to do it. Would we have to sell them? Now 95 rated. Yeah, probably. He's on £510,000 a week as well. Looks like Lopez might have to wait, guys, unfortunately. We'll see. I'll still inquire and see what we are looking at for him signing. And maybe try and get rid of some of the other players around the club as well, who I don't really feel still have a future. But I'll go through all of that in the next episode. I want to thank you all for watching this one. If you have enjoyed it, a like would be greatly appreciated. A huge thank you for all of your support on the channel as well, and sticking with me throughout FIFA. We finally did it, guys. We finally got our hands on the trophy. And yeah, we'll look to go for the Champions League this season coming up. Until next time, stay safe, have a great day, have a great evening, and I'll catch you all again soon. Adios!